Was it me you were searching for? I'm sure you are used to seeing me in this form. And for the civilized conversation that we must have, I thought this more appropriate. The first time I spoke, I was calling out the wicked ones. The second time, I was calling the church, rallying the troops, for the time has come. But to this message, this is for all the children of earth. You think you know the story because you've seen the movie. They told you it was fiction, but here I am. It is not fiction, so listen closely, for I have much to tell you. Welcome back. As I said in a previous video, this is the sigil of my house. The Lord God Jehovah, His heavenly creations, and me, His servant, Death. Now in the flesh, what you see before you is nothing more but animated bones covered in skin. That is the truth of me. That is what Tim Burton was trying to show you in this movie. He painted me as a skeleton creature. It's pretty close to death as you get. And he had the story pretty close to accurate. I am here for the mass of Christ that is coming. It's what you call the rapture, and it will happen soon. That I assure you. But for now, I think we should explain this story a little better. You see, I am trying to get everyone's attention from Halloween Town, as it were. Those are those who are not already serving Christ, because everything is about to fall apart. And I am trying to get all of you back to Christ before it is too late. They described me as Death riding the white horse. They mentioned this in Revelations, the pale white horse. And I do drive an old white pickup truck. It was fitting, even though I didn't know it at the time. I know you are thinking, but I am alone and my name is not Jack. That is true. My name has always been Josh. But I suppose that being a creature of death coming out of the grave is like Jack out of the box. And Jack is close enough to Josh, so why not? You would have to ask Tim why he did that. And of course, you have the beautiful Sally, that is my wife. And to her stepmom, I do apologize. I am not responsible for that animation. You should hold Tim accountable for that. I do apologize. But I am trying to get back to my wife. You see, it is necessary for me. She is a part of me. And I must be made whole before it is too late. Now in the movie, one of the scenes from the original, Sally had lost her arm and it was laying on the ground and it said arm on it. I thought that was strange, but then it was all capitalized and I realized that doesn't say arm. Those are initials, A-R-M. Those are the initials of my wife. Now, love, I know that sounds crazy, and believe me, I know how crazy it does sound, but please bear with me, and I will explain it all. You see, this is the story of love during death, but that wasn't the beginning, but we will get to that. Now, in this story, at first we got together and everything was exciting. It was new and fresh and glowing. But then life does its thing. You call it life, the devil, wickedness, or just the depression of the day-to-day grind. Doesn't matter what you call it, eventually your happiness burns and turns to ash, and all you are left with is the shock. But it is designed to be that way. You see, they don't want families to be strong and together. If they can rip them apart, then you can tear apart communities, states, and an entire nation, all so that they can have more control over you to accomplish their own means and end goals. It is not for your good that they do this. Now, by now, I'm sure you're wondering, if I'm Jack, who is Sally? Well, just like my real name's not Jack, her name is not Sally. I will not tell you her name. Her initials are all you need for now. And just like in the movie, she too was torn apart and put back together. For you see, she had been sexually abused by a few people growing up, and that did rip her apart. She needed therapy and lots of help. But within a year of being with me, she no longer needed that therapy. She felt whole and right again. That is what love does, if you allow it. Out of all of the possessions that I own, there is one I treasure above all else. A simple piece of paper, and on the side, the image that she drew for me. Now, it's no Picasso or anything special like that, but to me, it is the most beautiful thing in the world, because she made this for me from her love for me. And I would like to read you what she wrote on the back. We need the touch from the ones we love almost as much as we need air to breathe. Signed, forever and always, Arm. Baby, I do miss you, and I want you back more than I have words to express. And I am so sorry for making you feel like you weren't the one for me. Because truth is, you are the only one for me. Now, I'm sure by now the rest of you are wondering, what does she look like? Well, let me show you. This is the real Sally, ARM, the only woman I have ever truly loved or ever will. For our love is eternal. I told you this was just the ending of that story, love during death, but that was not the beginning of our story. That was just the beginning this time. And I will tell you the whole story. But for now, I need a cigarette. I am deaf, I smoke, get over it. But please, be patient and follow for more.